I'm Tad Kroening, and this is my song, Every Day Ends the Same.
Every day ends the same. You feed your money into a jukebox and play the saddest songs you know until all of your good time friends are gone. You drink alone until the bartender cuts you off, and you stumble on home, and you drink yourself to sleep, to dream of nothing until you wake, whispering her name. You check your phone and hope you didn't call her again. You have your palliatives and you know their consequences, but you don't give half a shit what happens to you now. And the difference between recovery and relief is a thin gray line that you can't see, but it won't be too long. You catch a glance across the room from someone who could clearly do so much better than you. But what harm could a conversation do? And you say, take me as I am or go your own way. We both know that people don't change, and we both know that nothing stays the same. I could love you today, you could love me today. We'll see how we both feel in the morning. For now, would you like to buy me a drink?
You know what's crazy though? You know what's really crazy though?
What?
A lot of days do end the same.
Yeah.
And you know, you just end up, you're setting that alarm, you're sitting in your bed, cuddling your covers, your dog's sitting right, or at least for me, if my dog's sitting right there, he farts, and it's terrible. Because it's not like a regular fart, it's one of those psst.
Oh,
I hate, you know what I'm saying? That's the god-awful ones.
Yeah.
The slow release.
Yeah. And you can feel it. You can feel it just the
warmth.
the heat on your leg. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Shout out my boy Cooper. Hey, Cooper, you cool, bro, but stop farting and shit.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Chrvns.
I'm Tim Mechling.
I'm Tad Kroening.
And this is Shut Up and Listen. What up, motherfuckers? How y'all doing today?
Good. I'm doing great.
I'm fine.
Yeah, Tad's fine.
I'm fine.
Yeah, before we
Tim, your mic is. Can you move your mic closer?
a little closer. Okay.
Keep this in here too. I don't want you to take that out. Yeah.
The
Binary Bob had to come yell at him.
The dog
Don't ever make Binary
section.
Bob mad.
Yeah, he knows.
The dog knows.
The dog knows.
And the owls are not what they seem.
Facts.
Very true.
We all know it.
So before we get too journalistic here, we should clear the air and acknowledge that you and I go way back.
It's true.
How far back?
15, at least 15.
Yeah. Not the majority of my life, but close to it.
That's the majority of life.
So it's a close half.
It's a close half.
Nigga, that's a majority, bro. We'll call that a majority.
Yeah, so it was...
Yeah, I mean, like, the first half of the first half doesn't really count
No, it was
because
like-
you're not really even a person.
That first half of the first half does count, bro. That's a lot. That's a lot of
It was
development.
2005. I feel
true.
like it's been like...
That's fair.
I feel like we've known each other for like 20 years at this point.
I would say at least 75.
These numbers are just getting wild.
But you know, it's crazy though because it's not about like when it comes to friendship, it's not about like how long you know somebody. It's about how like how deep and how like quickly you can get to feel comfortable with somebody.
So Tad and I have known each other for 20 years, but we've been friends for 8 because there was gaps.
There was
It was actually 5
There was
years.
some gaps. There was some gaps. Yeah.
Yeah, there was some moving away and then blackout moments. And,
Oh, that don't matter though. If you
Yeah.
can move away, you can black out. You still be best friends.
It's true.
It's true. We picked up right where we left off, right?
Yeah, you never
Say
left.
so. Yeah. Yeah. Haven't aged a day.
Yeah. So when I met you in the aughts, let's call them,
Yes.
you were very active in the Snohomish open mic scene at Wired and Unplugged.
Yeah, I guess you could call it a scene. It was a little coffee shop.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
there
still
was
a scene?
there was a scene happening there though.
But there were some,
there
like-
was some people there. There were some people there.
Prolific musicians.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People I adore.
Well, I'll just kind of piggyback on the scene. Was it like it got to a point in which like people would talk about like, hey, this is where you would want to go to do your first open mic, or this is where you want to go to kind of like just like try out some stuff.
Yeah, I mean that was the community in the moment for sure.
That's
Well,
the scene.
we
You got it.
traveled. Like
Cooking.
I grew up in Monroe. Tad grew up in Sultan, so we're Highway 2 brothers.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which that's a
It was the closest place you could go other than there was that one like weird Christian open mic at the Red Barn.
yeah.
Did you ever go to that one?
The red
No.
bar.
Yeah. No. It was literally like it's a gas station that is it's a barn.
Oh shit.
yeah.
and these folks they ran this open mic there, and it was mostly just like this giant family who just like sang gospel songs, and they just took over the whole open mic and only
And just
would-
let people watch.
They mostly just they were just there to do their own show, and I was just showing up there singing Sublime covers and shit when I
Yeah.
was like
Sick, dude.
15.
Yeah, you blew some minds. at
They
those.
didn't like me.
They didn't care.
Yeah, you know what? You went against the grain, and I support that.
But there were some truly magic moments. Like I kind of showed up at Wired and Unplugged like after I would say the prime. Like when I showed up, everybody was already saying like, "Oh, this place used to be awesome." And
Well,
now-
I mean, and it was only like 3 or 4 years that they were even a business. Like it was a very short period of time, but like
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people came through there.
And were you associated with it throughout that like 3 or 4 years? How much of the time of the 3 or 4 years were you associated with it?
Like but for pretty much all of it, I think. I mean, I was there. I mean, I was there showing up as a teenager as an open micer. Like you know, and like that.
2
That
plus 2 equals you.
that was you know that was the first place I found community, man. Like open mics mean everything to me. Like that was the thing. Like I never went to church. I didn't do you know it's not that wasn't part of my life. And like that was where I found community. You know, and
was it the first time that you really felt like a resounding connection with people?
Yeah, I mean that was you know, and meeting people who were different from me, had different opinions, coming from different places, you know, like you know, and you know, like the you know, as much diversity as you can find in Snohomish, Washington, like you know, there was a lot of it coming through there and stuff, and like they got a lot of there was so much going on. And just in that moment in time, I was so hungry for it, man, and it changed my life.
You just needed an outlet, and that was when you first were you writing songs before Wired and Unplugged?
I wrote my first song for the songwriters workshop that there was the host of the open mic. There was a songwriters workshop night where it was just a small group.
Rory Corbin.
Yeah, Rory Corbin, beautiful man.
Yeah,
wonderful person. He hosted just a song share workshop thing. You know, like bring you new stuff and see what's going on. And I wrote my first song so that I could show up to that, so that I could be a part of this thing that was happening with these people here. Yeah, it was beautiful.
You know that one record you're trying to find on vinyl from your favorite artist, you just can't find it. Have you ever checked out Black Noise? It's in the heart. It is the heart of Bellingham's music scene, founded by the one and only Nico Sanchez. They've got all sorts of indie gems, handpicked by Nico himself. Jazz, punk, you name it. Swing by for some good vibes and whatever album you're trying to find. 1312 Bay Street, step in. Binary Recording Studio is a versatile space designed to cater to all music genres. And when I say all, I mean all. If you're into jazz, rock, hip-hop, or anything in between, Binary is equipped to bring your music to life. With the expert engineering and the best setup, my boy Bob, he can capture the essence of whatever you are wanting to create and bring it, just to reality. From there, book your session today, unleash your creativity at Binary Recording Studio. But for real, my boy Bob, he will not disappoint. And welcome back.
I remember one of my first experiences of you was you were playing a Leonard Cohen cover. Was it Dress Rehearsal Rag, I think? Yeah. You were singing the shit out of a Leonard Cohen song that's really abrasive and just really, really wailing and howling, like getting into it. And there was a mother sitting in front of me, and there was a little kid on her lap. And the little kid's like, "Mommy, why is that man acting crazy?"
No, she said, I remember this vividly. Okay. They were sitting right in front of me. She was locked in, like, loving what I was doing. Yeah. And the kid is looking at her and looking at me and just goes, "Mommy, what's wrong with that man?"
Yeah, I think I remembered it wrong. But it was of that.
Hey, baby, don't worry. That's what you call passion.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really intense song about contemplating suicide. Like, it's heavy shit. And I was kind of swinging for the fences with that one. And I still cover that song sometimes. I don't scream it like I did when I was 17.
Well, I'm glad you traumatized a child. That's my favorite takeaway.
So I guess I want to kind of go all the way back now. Do you recall what was your first open mic night experience like?
First open mic night
you ever did in your life?
I think I played Bad Fish by Sublime and No Woman No Cry by Bob Marley.
That's a good balance.
To a very small, to that very small room in the barn, the gas station barn.
Shout out the Red Barn.
Yeah, they started making Indian food at some point for some reason.
It seems like a nice little diner now. Actually, it's just
but that was the zenith of Monroe culture.
It was the only place that was doing that, and it was mostly this. And it was it's a very evangelical community.
And Eddie's Trackside Bar and Grill had a very fresh crop of sad dad blues bands.
Right.
Just the saddest, the daddest, the bluesiest of bands.
Oh yeah.
Which I've come back around to having an appreciation.
But for the grace of God, my friends.
Yeah. So then,
I will be one of those guys in the next 5 years.
No, you see your future in them. Yeah. And it gives you hope.
Let me see that flask, bro. Yeah. Go ahead.
We're waiting on you. So we went to Bellingham. You were in community college for a little bit to get your, what do they call it?
Associates.
You got your associate's degree. And then you came to Western, and we kind of reunited.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't like thick as thieves till you got to college.
No,
with
we had
us.
mutual friends. You were one of the people I knew
Yeah.
around town.
That was a pretty slick slide.
No, it's not. The sand carpet got me good.
Yeah, but I think I wasn't even 21 yet, but I found the Honeymoon open mic.
Yeah. Which it was still all ages back then.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
I mean, he introduced me to it.
Yeah, I found it
He
randomly.
found it
I
just
found
walking
it,
down the
and then
street.
I was just walking down.
And then he was like, "This guy wants to do that." Because I've always been harping on like open mics are my favorite fucking
Yeah.
thing in the world.
So
I
the amount
love
of
them.
open mics versus actual gigs that you've played,
What's that percentage?
I'd say 80-20.
80-20, easy.
Yeah.
Forget about
Yeah,
it.
like I do. I mean, I was gigging more a few years ago, but like, yeah, I do like 3 or 4, maybe 6 a year at this point. Like, it's not really what. I mean, honestly, if you weren't booking gigs and inviting me to them, I probably wouldn't be playing even half as many.
So you were the master of ceremonies at the Vandal Hands of Man show last year.
Yeah.
That I put on, and that was a triumph. You wore your wedding suit. Remember?
I did.
Yeah. I have video evidence.
Okay, I believe you.
Yeah, and then you read a monologue at the beginning,
Yes, I did.
and it just went to hell from there.
You recall it better than I do.
Yeah. Well, I had to edit the footage, so I was like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was tremendous.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy doing gigs like that and stuff. Playing MC, like it's fun to like playing MC and like hosting events and stuff. Like it's like
Talk to me, bro. Lock in.
It's-
Yes.
yeah, and
I'm an MC myself. I host
Right.
a lot of events, and it's a different energy.
you get into a character. Right?
Yes, because also depending on who's playing, depending on what kind of crowd you're working with, you got to adjust to that, right?
Yeah.
But also don't even adjust to it. Be yourself and make sure you have one job only.
Just
bring that energy.
You
up.
got to be present.
You got,
But yeah. and
stop
you
being in the past. Stop being in the future.
right here, right now. One of my favorite quotes. I say this all the time. I was watching that Ken Burns country music doc. You seen that doc?
I have not, but I will after this. You got to send me a link.
It's like 800 hours long.
Damn. All right. I'll do a part of it. I'll do a part of it.
There's a moment in there they were talking about Minnie Pearl, who was like the first female stand-up, basically. Like he worked the Grand Ole Opry and stuff, doing jokes about hillbillies and things. And when she first went on, when she was just about to first go on to like it's the Grand Ole Opry, man. Like this is like 10,000 people. It's a fucking opera house, and she's terrified. Her producer says to her, "Just love them, honey. They'll love you right back." That is hands down the best advice I have ever heard about
That's facts, though.
being in front of people. Just love them. Mm-hmm. They'll love you right back.
Because dead ass. All right, now let's air some shit out real quick. Because I know. All right, for the people at home too. There's been times where I get on stage to like perform something, right? And I have like a little like weird like oomph, you know what I'm saying? Something that's like uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. As soon as I show that, I can see like not only one, but it goes. That group of people, oh shit, now I feel off. Now I gotta, like, you come on stage, you just feel good. You're like, hey, how the fuck y'all doing? And I start pointing people out, making sure, hey, you good? All right, cool, we having a great time. Boom, boom. Everything is fucking easy coasting from there. Yeah. How do you mean from that? That's how I'm perceiving this.
I mean,
so
I think we're talking about different kinds of shows because like this.
I'm talking about just hosting something.
No, hosting something, and yeah.
There's ways to host different events.
It's again, you're picking up on different energy and stuff, and it was just like
okay, it's educating.
Like I sing sad sack songs about heartbreak and I'm talking I'm trying to be like, look, I mean depending on like open mics and stuff is like it's hey how you all doing you doing all right you doing okay
He's wearing a spinning bow tie
And you bring that
Someone
energy
more
and
song,
stuff.
but like everybody,
You
you're
know,
actually feeling
but-
the energy in the building type
Yeah,
thing.
but like
Okay.
when it comes to like if I'm doing like a songwriter circle or something, or if I'm doing one of
It's a different
one of our
vibe,
sets,
100%.
it's a different vibe.
Yeah.
And so the thing that struck me about that is like you saying like you don't want you recognizing that like you feel this thing, and then now you see that in that other person. Like I want to kind of tease that a little bit. Because because the whole thing about the stuff that I do that I want to do is creating a space where you can feel feeling you can feel feelings that you don't necessarily want to feel that are hard. The hard shit.
Yeah.
The stuff. That's the thing about like folk and like. That I love about it and stuff is that
It gives you that.
it gives well I mean from a selfish point of view it gives me an opportunity to let that shit out,
but also you understand that other people feel the same way you do. And
and it's an invitation.
I'm gonna make a promise to you right now. I promise to myself and I promise to Eric. Not actually just promise you and myself, mostly myself. This year will be the year that I really explore that feeling.
Yeah,
Because that's something I've been really thinking about a lot lately. And thank you for explaining it as such.
there's a lot of fucking pain in the world, especially right now, man.
Yes.
Like we're in a scary dark time.
Fucked up time.
Yeah, it's a fucked up time, and it's and we need now more.
We need more real shit than any of that.
Yeah, and we need spaces where we can process that fucking pain, man.
I will say that
Yes, sir.
when you host, you do a really good job of inviting people in and kind of making them feel safe and like also cultivating what I'd call a listening room where like you'll introduce somebody and it'll prime them for like a pin drop listening room moment. I think you're really good at like creating just through the voice and your choices that you make as host. You really do create a space where people can do their act and people are actually listening really closely.
Very important.
I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always the goal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it works, and it doesn't always work.
Mm-hmm.
You can't wrangle every crowd.
But yeah, you can do as much as you can, but then it's going to be up to the artist or whoever performing to actually take that next step.
Right. But it's also, it comes back to that.
Also, niggas just be drunk.
You got to be comfortable. You got to be comfortable.
We'll be right back after these messages. We'd like to give a special thanks to Lost Giant Cider Company, always providing us with our cider beverages and the best of the cider beverages. Visit Lost Giant's Tap Room in the heart of Bellingham at 1200 Meter Avenue in the Haskell Business Center. It's just down the street from Lakeway Fred Meyer.
Menace Brewing, located in the Fountain District, is where flavor is unleashed. It serves as a local hub of craft beer and community. Recognized as the neighborhood's premier soccer hangout, I love me some soccer. Menace Brewing isn't just a brewery, it's the go-to spot for sports action and local engagement. Visitors can catch the game, connect with fellow fans, and immerse themselves in the heart of the spirited community. Menace Brewing invites everyone to join them, where every visit feels like coming home. Experience Menace Brewing in Bellingham today.
And welcome back.
So your songwriting process involves, you have I'll call it a long pipeline.
Okay.
Without I'm very much like, let's get this song out and like record it right now. Like let's move on, and you're more apt to kind of marinate on something and very like methodically and slowly write the song over a course of months or even years sometimes.
Oftentimes, yeah. It takes Some sit for months or years and stuff, and that comes from the Leonard Cohen school like Leonard Cohen is hands down my favorite songwriter. Like he's been, I mean, I adore him and all of his work, his poetry, his songwriting and stuff. But like the interviews and things, like there was that doc a few years ago about just like a whole movie about one song, Hallelujah. And that song took him 15 years to write. Mm-hmm. There is something like, there are hundreds of verses to that song that have been pared down over the course of over a decade. And I just really, really admire that sense of craft and intention. And I hope to bring that, and I try to bring that to the stuff that I do, to the songs that I write. And I think of that. I mean, and of course there are songs too that are just like, you wake up in the morning and they're done. Yeah. Things come to you. You take a walk and by the time you get home, you sit down and boom, there you got it. And I love those. That's such a joyous feeling when you find those. But those ones that you got to sit and stew on for a long time, like.
Well, do you have a way that you like sit down and decide to write something? Is there it's like I'm going to write a song?
No,
because it seems very much like the songs kind of come to you. Like you're like.
Are you writing in your head?
Always. Yeah, I mean, I take notes.
Okay. So you have like a little line here, a little some here.
I take notes. I almost never actually use the notes. Sometimes I'll come back to them, or eventually, if I'm not writing for a while or nothing's quite coming to me, then I'll go back to the notes and see if I can, mine for something there.
Yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about Baby Birch, the EP?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what do you want to know about it? You know about as much about it as I do. Yeah. I mean, you recorded the thing.
Yeah, I recorded it, but it was one of those things where like I was just starting to build up my little home studio situation. Yeah. I was learning about plugins and how to record and what compression was and all that, all that kind of rudimentary stuff that we had to like figure out. And I was just hot to trot on recording.
Yeah, and I mean, you'd been fighting me for years, trying to get me to get anything out. Because I mean, I've been playing music for 20 years now, and this is the first thing that I've recorded and released. Yeah, and it's on Bandcamp. If you
here's the link right here in my hands.
It's
wink.
It's over there.
It's quite good. Check it out. But it was always, I remember if we had slated the times like, okay, we're going to record this album, and we had you come over to like with a guitar in hand and microphones set up, it would never have happened. What we had to do was invite you over under false pretenses. Like, it's like, hey, we're gonna drink Friday night, and you would crash at our place in the morning after.
Like, hey, you got nothing else to do today.
We give you a little hair of the dog,
right?
And we set up some microphones, and it's like let's just mess around.
You do one, we might do a couple of yo's.
Yeah. Right. So we had to really coerce it out of you.
That's kind of that's how pretty much every gig and everything. Like I always kind of have to be tricked into it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Or you give me a couple of beers and I'll say yes to almost anything.
And there's a very there was a very cat and mouse game that we were playing with recording this EP. Yeah. And it turned out,
it's not that I didn't see it. I knew it was happening while it was happening.
It wasn't like you were totally duped at the end of it. Yeah. But it was it's like, okay, now we have a collection of songs from Tad.
Yeah.
And Hannah plays strings on it. I play a little piano on it. I think I had just gotten I had an upright bass that I think I play on a couple.
There's a little bit of bass on there, yeah.
Not a lot.
I think Emma Watson sings on
Emma
a
Watson,
track or two.
And then Hannah sings harmony on
at least a couple of songs. I'm pretty sure Christmas Time.
Yeah.
And Baby Birch. If I remember right. I haven't listened to it myself in a minute.
You got Hermione on the album. I had to, bro. I couldn't resist.
No,
I couldn't
yeah.
resist.
she literally has the same name.
Yes, they do have the same
Oh,
name.
I'm sorry. All right. I heard it. I
understand.
pass. I was like,
It's like, I saw you do a double take there. Well, how do you feel about doing a song for us?
Oh, is it okay? All right.
Do you want to talk more about stuff?
I don't know, man. Like,
I'm chilling.
I think you've said enough. I'm just joking.
Also, tell us about this guitar.
oh, this is Jolene.
Oh, Jolene.
Not that Jolene.
Oh, damn.
Everybody thinks it's that. Yeah, this is the most recent song that I've written. I think I'm gonna call it "Love and Death," or "The Horror of the Eternal Return." I think that might be a little much, though. We'll see, but this is that song. I want to sing it for you now. That seems like the thing to do.
Love don't owe you a thing. No, love don't owe you a thing. And life is not as heavy or holy as it seems. Love don't owe you a thing. But life, it takes so much time. Life takes so much time. Life will pass around you before you blink your eyes. Life takes so much time. But love will lift you up until it drops you. And love can pick you up after you fall. And love will take you and break you, boy. But love don't owe you a thing. Death will come for us all. Yes, death will come for us all. And the world itself will blow up in a supernova sun. And death will come for us all. But death is nothing to fear. No, death is always here. And death will take us and we'll disappear. Then we'll all go around again. Then we'll all go around again. Then we'll all go around again. Yes, I'll go around and you go around and we'll go around and all go around again.
Oh Lord, you know what? I'm gonna say 5 words, but you know what? Fuck it. On air, I think that was my favorite one so far, bro. That shit was beautiful.
Oh, thanks, man.
Like 10 out of 10.
Appreciate it.
You had me stopping and getting my feelings for a second, coming back to the performance. That was magnificent.
I'm gonna say 3 out of 10. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, that was
Wait,
great.
is this already recorded?
What's that?
Is this already recorded?
No, this is the first. This is the first recording.
You heard it here first.
You heard it
folks.
here
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
You heard it here, baby.
Man,
There it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right, as soon as
first
y'all
time.
record that, I want to be there. I want to be there for the recording. I want to sit in there, and also I wanted to
We're
airdrop my
gonna-
phone before
Yeah,
I
you
leave.
should
We're
be the
gonna-
producer.
We're gonna need
No,
some.
you an engineer.
I'll be the
produce.
engineer. You produce.
Say word.
Okay, got it.
I'll bring Roland with me. I'll bring
Cool.
Daniil looking
Absolutely.
for keys.
Bring the whole posse.
Yeah.
No, I just got a couple musicians.
When
I'd
we
like to
when
bring
we
on.
when we,
let's go.
when we get down to doing it full production, we're gonna need some stomping and some clapping.
Oh,
we're gonna need
say
some
word, bro. I stomp loud as
choirs.
hell. I guess.
Choir, yeah, we need the choir behind there.
Well, hey, man. I guess
Yeah.
for one last piece, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thanks so
Means the
much.
world.
It's such a beautiful studio. I really appreciate it.
Shout out Binary Bob. Shout out Menace
Yeah.
Brewing. Shout out Little Giant. Oh, was it Lost Giants? I said Little Giants.
Edit that out.
I'll take it back.
It's gonna be a hard cut.
But so from here, what is one piece of advice that you have for the people?
For
Whether
the
it's music or life, or anything in between.
Please be kind to each other. Please be kind to each other. And listen and feel your fucking feelings. Boys in particular, boys and men in particular, like listen to your feelings. And there are more than 3 feelings. Because
facts.
when young men were told that you can have 3 wings. You're either hungry, horny, or angry. That's the full spectrum of male emotion, and that's just not true. There's so much more to life than that, and I hope that people can feel more things than that.
Beautifully said, Ted.
I love that. My name is Chrvns,
I'm Tim Mechling.
I'm Tad Kroening.
and this is Shut Up and Listen. Thank y'all for tuning in today. Thank y'all for tuning in. And you know what? Stay beautiful. Stay kind. Stay hydrated. Stay fucking warm out there. Man. Cut.
Thanks again for tuning in to Shut Up and Listen. For more captivating content, including videos, articles, and everything music related, visit our website at shutupbham.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts and join the conversation by following us at Shut Up and Listen Bham on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Shut Up and Listen is proudly produced by Rocket Soul and Binary Recording Studio. Stay tuned for more fantastic episodes.